Good morning, American people. I want to welcome you to today, where I will give for you my presentation of what I will make as my priorities for this year and work with those who are available and who are dedicated to implement it. The safety and well being of this country is the utmost priority, but in order to assure that, we must guard against any efforts to try to undermine us, either from the inception or as part of continuing processes that have mischaracterized or miscast those among us who have not dedicated themselves to the service of the people. It is understood in a variety of manners that the United States itself is under a situation of imminent threat. My understanding is that there has been a long-standing policy of deferring various important national security matters in a course of misaligned priorities that have allowed individuals and groups affiliated with those individuals to infiltrate the government and attempt to implement their agenda over and above the welfare of the people of the United States. In the course of doing this, one of the things they have tried to do is mischaracterize what would otherwise be allies or even future citizens of the United States as the enemy, while they represent themselves as if they are America when they are not. I am already in the course of implementing and developing an agenda with the people who are necessary, including the members of the citizen militia of the United States of America, as well as the members of the United States military, that understand their duty is to serve the United States of America. Their duty is to serve the people of the United States of America in a constitutional government. Anybody, regardless of what office they pledge to be a part of, that does not follow the oath they take to uphold the Constitution of the United States is not representing the people of the United States. And there are justifiable questions regarding in whose interest they are operating unconstitutionally. This is not to be tolerated. And insofar as that is the case, I am making this statement first. I am letting you know. My understanding is that the buildup that has occurred on the U.S.-Mexico border is a part of a contrived, long-standing political agenda that is, among other things, about aiding and abetting organized crime, not just within the United States, but in other countries, in trying to undermine the national security, not only of the United States, but other countries. In the course of that, there was also a necessary reconsideration and reevaluation that is going on in multiple countries around the world. Who we are and what we stand for is being tested right now. Personally, I welcome that test. And I welcome anybody that is willing to be a part of asserting themselves and establishing for ourselves the kind of world we are meant to actually be in. I will say bluntly, and this will come up in some form later, that my understanding of the COVID-19 situation is not about a health pandemic. As somebody who previously worked in public health, including in a compliance role, my understanding is that if it was about public health, it would be being responded to in very significantly different manners than it is. There is no actual rational basis for understanding it, by and large, as primarily about a health pandemic. There was plenty of foreknowledge, and there was misrepresentation in the media, including by technology companies, discussing how they were creating and maintaining simulations in the event there was a pandemic. Now we are where we are, and my understanding is that what has happened is that COVID-19 is the first stage in a multi-stage campaign of warfare that is not only unconstitutional, but violates international conventions and is unconscionable. It is a just cause for war for those that understand we are under attack. And that is how this needs to be approached. As such, part of what is going to be happening in the upcoming weeks is going to be a consideration and a reconsideration of the spaces that have been illegally acquired in order to distribute biological weapons. We are in a situation where we are going to have to fortify ourselves personally, and we're going to have to fortify our communities and understand there is going to be a necessary recapitulation of resources in the meantime. The concept of an outstanding contract related to performance, especially in consideration or accordance with processes of research and development that have actually tortured people, is not appropriate as a priority right now. Part of what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to reconsider and reevaluate our laws and the application of our laws around concepts of patents and copyrights that actually take the personal private property of individuals and allow it to be used to make people the property of other people. This is not acceptable. And we will discuss that further moving forward. I welcome you to join me for the rest of this budget situation and the rest of the budget conversation, and I look forward to working with you in making it come to be in the future.